I'm the worst, and I did my base makeup first to get it out of the way because you've seen that. You don't need to see it again. And I started doing the look, and then I was like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be filming this. So, yeah, we're gonna do orange and some glitter, like a sunset kind of a thing. So, we're gonna go from here. You start with your base, obviously. I use the Urban Decay primer, eyeshadow potion, whatever. I read that out of order. And then I use my James Charles palettes, and for this we're just gonna stop it. We're gonna hop between 518 and Rusted, I believe they're called, these two right here. But we start with what I think is 518, and I'm just taking a big fluffy brush, which is specifically the E27. Don't look at my nails, they're busted. And just kind of going in the crease with it and making the outer ring, sort of. We'll get to the bottom in a bit, like, because I'm going to do it down here so that it goes all the way around, but we're not going to do that yet. So just for now, make sure you get this. And it doesn't have a ton of color payoff, so I kind of just go over it a couple times and blend it upwards, because once you put your lashes on, or at least for me, the lashes go up pretty high and you won't be able to see the color if you don't bring it up really high. Plus, you want to blend it out so you don't look crazy. So I've got that as much for now. I'll go back and fix it. As much blended out and covered color-wise as I want it to be. So because the James Charles palette has a dark orange and a light orange and not like a medium mid-orange, we're going to take our 35B, if you have it. It's ancient at this point and they don't make it anymore. But it is this orange color here, unnamed. We're just going to take a M14 Morphe fluffy pointed brush and drag through that kind of on its side. Tap it a little bit. And this is going to be your center lid base color. Just kind of in circular motions drag that outwards into the color that's already there. We're going to go over this with a darker one in the center, but we kind of just want to layer it up with this middle orange. Blend those together. I only put the color on one side of the brush for now, so I'm just kind of using what's there, blending them together like that. So we're going to do the other eye and we will come back. So other eye is done. We're taking our big fluffy brush again and going back into 518, that lighter orange shade in the James Charles palette, and just kind of applying that to the top, blend them together a little bit more seamlessly, but not too much. This is supposed to be a quick look. I'm gonna go get my nails done after this, so I'm just doing this really quickly, and I figured I might as well film it because it's easy to do. So I'm taking that darker shade Rusted from the James Charles palette on the same blending fluffy brush, the 514, and we're starting down here with that one and kind of slowly building that into the other colors, because we don't want it to take we don't want it to take over. We just want it to be the base, the lower part of this, that you probably won't see very well behind my lashes. You may have noticed a change of scenery. I have moved from my room to the only other room in the house, in my living room, because I took the use of my makeup desk back. Can't hang stuff on the walls in my apartments, but I have stood it up because it's a hanging desk. It doesn't just hold itself up. It needs to be bolted to the wall, but we can't because the walls have a heating system in them that I can't even use because it's dangerous to use. So I've propped it up on a stool. I'm gonna probably go to IKEA later and get another stool. So this is where we're gonna be from now on. While I was gone, poked myself in the eye with this brush. So if that eye looks crazy, just don't question it. We're going back into the we're going back into the Morphe 35B, grabbing that medium orange shade and blending the darker shade into that lighter shade. I've already done it on the other eye. Let's make sure those are seamless, a gradient from darkest to lightest, and then you can go back in with this, blend them, and then we're going to take actually out of the James Charles palette. I believe this one is called Halloween. It's kind of a foil orange color, and to get it to work the way that I want it to, I am going to take, where did I put it? My all-nighter spray. Just give it a spritz. Make sure it gets the color to apply in the best possible way. I think I might have too much lighting on this and you can't really see what I'm doing. Let's finish blending this out real quick. Same technique as before, by the way, same brush as before. You don't really need very much on your brush. The shiniest part should be that bottom part, as you can kind of see. So let me try turning these lights on top off. Oh no, that didn't work. Okay, let's see. Which one did I start with? I think we're gonna go, we're gonna keep it here. So again, because I don't think I applied that much the first time. Maybe drag it up a little bit higher. There. So you can see it's like darker in the middle, a little bit of shine to it, some shimmer. We're going to add actual sparkles later on, so I'm going to do the other eye. We'll come back. We're all blended out. We are taking the 506. It's a smaller little, oh, he's kind of crusty. A smaller little fluffy brush. I used him to apply glitter yesterday, that's why. So we're taking this brush and we're going back into 518, that really light orange shade, and we're going to go around the bottom this time. So this is going to be interesting to film. I'm looking into a mirror down here while I like apply this. Okay. And you want to make sure you go into the corner here because it goes all the way around. You're going to start to look like a crazy person. Stick with me. It'll get better. And if it doesn't, you don't have to watch any more of these videos. So the main reason I look like a crazy person is because I brought it so far down on my bottom lid, and that's because we have to do the same thing that we did to the top and the bottom. So there's layers of different colors that have to fill in there. So back to the 35B. It opened that orange shade again. Lift this up. Okay, so I'm just kind of using the side of this brush, applying it so that some of the color drags downward and it blends while you're applying it. You don't have to work super hard for it on the bottom like you do the top. So we're going to do that, and just while I'm here, I'm going to take that darker shade, not the shimmer one yet, but the darker rusted shade from the James Charles palette, and be a little bit more careful about this one. Make sure this one's like really up against your waterline. Doesn't require too much blending if you apply it slowly. And then now we're taking the foil shade and giving it a spritz. And this one I'm kind of just going to put in the very center. And maybe a little bit down into the middle. That part's, it's fairly simple, so I'm going to do the other side, come back. So as a finishing touch for the outside before I apply lashes, I like to take this guy right here. It's called So Good, I think. And we're going to spray, we're going to use this fluffy brush. We're going to spray it a little bit with our setting spray. just a little bit on that, not too much. And we're gonna go around the outside of the whole outer part of this. We're not doing it to the side, but just this part. Gives it like a gold shimmer, and I'm really mad you can't quite see that because of the lighting. You don't have to spritz this one. That's like why I'm barely getting it, but it does help a little bit to get this one to be shinier than it is if you were to apply it without that. And after I do that, I do like to go back in with the bright orange shade, blend it upwards into that shimmer so it's not exclusively shimmer, because it does kind of wash the upper part of my eye out if I leave it like that. It looks kind of weird. So you're gonna see it comes out like really far, which for me I like. You don't have to do that. So now I'm gonna apply my lashes, and you've seen that, so I will spare you. So lashes are applied. While I was waiting for the glue to dry, I went ahead and applied some freckles because it's been a minute since I've done that in real life, and not in a video. Probably since the last time I did it in a video. So now what we're gonna do is take this glitter that I got at the county fair, actually, in Alameda. I live in Berkeley, and it was the closest one. So the brand is, I want to say that's Maya, but it's M-A-H-Y-A. This really nice lady who was selling her, like, she made these glitters herself, and the glue as well, which is super good. So using both of her products, we are going to apply glitter in the inner corner here. So I'm just gonna take this glitter and take the tiniest, it's super fine glitter. I wish I could show you like the inside of this bottle without spilling it everywhere, but it's like a powder. So we're taking a tiny bit, putting it on like a piece of paper towel or a piece of toilet paper, something just to have a base for it. And then we're going to take this glitter glue, and I'm trying to decide which will work better. So I'm probably going to use and abuse this one again. This is the M506, the one that I usually use to apply glitter, which is why it was crusty. We're going to tap this guy just a little bit, and then put it in this corner, dab it, work it around a little bit, because I want it to be a thin layer of glue, but I don't want it to dry down, and this stuff kind of does dry down quickly. So I'm going to dip right into that glitter and pat it on. Down here I'll do like a sweeping motion. Okay, so it's kind of all focused in that corner. And if there's a spot that I didn't really get, which I think I did pretty well this time, sometimes I'll miss, like this spot will just be like a hard line. You can go back and fix that. Just apply like a little bit more glue, or maybe probably best to just use setting spray and then spray the brush with the setting spray, dip it in the glitter, and then put it on, just so there's no chance of you doing another hard line, because you don't want to make it worse once it's already bad. So I'm going to do this on the other side and apply mascara, and I will cut back. So mascara is applied. This is basically it. You can stop here if you want, and you don't have to do orange. You can do whatever colors you have, just monotone colors of, and glitter for the corner, just to throw some spice in there. You also don't have to do that. You don't have to add the shimmer on the outside. You could just be a monochrome, or wouldn't be monochrome, would it? It would just be monotone look with any color you want. I've done this with blue. I used to do it with blue a lot. Purple, pink. I'm not a huge fan of pink. I did red, liked red better. But I would recommend a powdery glitter, like a fine glitter for that corner bit. But since I'm me, I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to embellish a little bit further. This is iridescent glitter shapes. I got this from Michael's. You're not supposed to apply this stuff to your face, but this is like chunky and it's not going to get in my eye. So I feel like it doesn't really matter. There's different shapes, different colors. Like there's these hearts, but there's also these hearts. And then there's these in here. So I have orange hearts, but I don't want to use those for this. I want to use these little stars, and they may not go with it entirely, but we're going to use them. So I'm going to put, I'll show you. So basically I took this glue that has a little brush in it. It's for eyelash glue, by the way. And I took the little star, the big star here, and 2 of the cutouts from the center because they have both in there. Again, I got that from Michael's. I don't know if they still sell it. I got it kind of a while ago, but it's by Recollections. I'm just sticking those in the corner, so I'll be right back. That's it. And again, this is supposed to be really quick. Normally it'll take me like 20 minutes tops, just applying it really quickly because I kind of do it messy. It doesn't have to be clean, obviously. It's just a big circle of orange with glitter. And I think the little gems there really pull it together personally. You could put highlight on. I'm not going to put highlight on. But that is it. Hopefully this video isn't 40 minutes long.